And of course, it doesn't matter if it's, a Monday, a Wednesday, a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, any day of the week. There's always a lot of breaking news. Let's get it. All right. The very first thing I want to talk about is Dune 2 and Kung Fu Panda, because that's out now, but the weekend box office. So Dune's been doing pretty good, everybody. Another 81 million over the weekend. It's crossed that 200 million milestone across seas. Overall, $367.5 million is made worldwide for its global box office. So pretty great. It's doing really well so far. It keeps adding up money. And of course, a big hit for WB. And they're hoping that keeps racking in money because they want to do a lot more of these things. They want to keep this train going. And Kung Fu Panda, not too bad itself. 22.2 million in 41 different markets, and it made over 80.5 million its opening weekend globally. So good for Kung Fu Panda, even better for Dune. Doing very well. I don't need more Kung Fu Panda after this, but you know what? Jack Black will keep karate chopping and doing that shit all day, so good for him. But I am excited to see the new Beetlejuice because Michael Keaton came forward. He's saying, he's saying it's going to be great. He goes, this thing is great. He just saw the cut of it. They're doing some minor tweaks. He's going to get back in there and watch it again. But he was talking about the whole process of becoming Beetlejuice. And he said it's been so long. He's like, I don't remember the original one. So he had to go back and watch it and recreate his character and figure it out. He's been excited to do this with Tim Burton again, having lots of conversations about making this happen over the years. And he said he gave up on it for a long time, but now he's so happy to be coming back. And I guess Beetlejuice has a wife in this movie. That came out during this interview. Monica Bellucci's coming in to be his wife. So hopefully that's freaking cool. I mean, honestly, I'm excited about this movie. If Michael Keaton says it's going to be good, I'm going to believe him. I don't think he said anything about Batman, about the Flash before. So, if he was to the Flash would have been good, then I've been kind of hesitant about this, but I don't think he did. But sequels always come. And apparently this is one that I'm kind of shocked about, but Sky High 2 might be coming too, everybody. Sky High 2. And I don't know who asked for this. Again, it had a cult classic or a cult following for a while too. It came out in 2005, and the director, Mike Mitchell, came forward and he said he's been talking to Kevin Feige about it. And apparently Kevin Feige wants to do more of this. He liked the original. You got Kurt Russell. It's got a great cast. And I think they just want to continue this forward. And they've been trying for years, but he says they got an idea and Feige's on board. So it sounds like the superheroes are coming back with their superhero academy, which is kind of like overall, kind of like The Boys. But this is, again, much more PG, much more kid-oriented than The Boys is, because The Boys is, I love it so much. But it's not like, Peacemaker was killing bitches all the time, but Peacemaker is coming back, everybody. And officially, they're going to start shooting this summer. And they're going to work hand in hand with Superman as they're shooting at the same time. And James Gunn's going to go back and forth and shoot Superman and shoot Peacemaker Season 2. Now, he wrote all of it, but he's not directing all of it. He's directing a few of the episodes, but not all of the episodes. So I'm hoping that this movie or this show will be good. They said the first season's not going to be canon, though, which makes no sense to me. Like, how can it not be canon after you did a whole season? It's James Gunn's DCU. Doesn't make any sense to me. But he said the second season will be canon, and it's going to follow after Superman. So something must happen. Maybe Peacemakers and Superman. That'd be interesting. I love John Cena. He did great at the Oscars last year, everybody. If you haven't seen that, we'll talk about that later. But I don't know, naked John Cena, everybody. It was a lot. It was a lot. But John Cena can't stop. And he's always killing people. And of course, we're talking about more murder because only Murders in the Building has more casting news. That's right. Zach Galifianakis is coming into play a part in this new season. So kind of surprising, but I feel like people are gravitating towards this show. Again, you got big talent attached to it. Selena Gomez, Steve Martin, Martin Short. And on top of that, we got Meryl Streep showed up not last season. She's coming back. And I think that there's more and more people coming on. Jane Lynch, she died last episode. They're going to be finding out who killed Jane Lynch's character. And you also have a lot of people coming in to do this. Molly Shannon, Eva Longoria, Eugene Levy came on recently, said he signed up to be a part of this too. So I'm excited for the next season. Hopefully it's just awesome like The Last of It's been. So we'll have to wait and see though, I don't really count my chickens before they hatch, but I'm pretty fairly confident this will do well. I'm not confident about though Final Destination 6. I mean, why are we doing more? I don't know, but they gave us a title, Bloodlines, so maybe it's tying into people that have died before. Who really knows? But the original ones, whatever, they're fun. Murder, it's like, the whole situation, they're supposed to die, they don't die, now death is coming for them. So hopefully the death figures it out this time for the sixth time, but it's like 25 years since this initially came out. It's a long time, everybody, so hopefully it's good. If you like it, you're getting more Final Destination, Bloodlines moving forward. And you're also getting more Dead Zone. Now, this is another one that I'm like, I'm surprised about this. But again, we always talk about reboots, remakes, rehashes happening on the show all the time. And they want to do another reboot of Dead Zone over at Lionsgate, which has the rights for this. They want to adapt the book one more time. Stephen King's The Dead Zone. First one came out in 1983, the original one with Christopher Walken in there kicking ass. And this one, we'll see. I don't know. Again, we talked about how they're trying to do all these movies recently. Lionsgate, they got the rights to a bunch of stuff. They're going to reboot stuff. So, I mean, maybe it'll be good. Maybe it won't be. Get Christopher Walken back. Get this guy back. But it's about Johnny Smith, the teacher, awakened from a coma, but discovered that his ability to see visions of other people's lives naturally leads him to discover very disturbing futures. So get ready for more Dead Zone from Lionsgate because this is moving forward. And speaking about a dead something or another, Bambi's mom's going to die again, everybody, because Bambi is still moving forward, they say. I don't know if this is really going to be true yet because they lost their director, and the director stepped away, Sally Polly, and she was supposed to run the whole thing, live-action adaptation of Bambi. And I have a feeling, though, they haven't officially said it's done. They said it's not done. They're still moving forward, but I think it's going to be one of those projects that Bob Iger was talking about, too. I read an article about this today about how Bob Iger has been slashing a bunch of stuff. We talked about last week, too, but I think this might be one of those projects. Like, do we need a live-action Bambi? Do we need to see her mother die live-action being shot? I don't think so, but maybe it's for somebody. But we will get more Jurassic World because Jurassic World is going to start shooting this summer. That's right, the reboot. We've been talking about that in the show too. The reboot's coming, all new cast, all new everybody. NBC Universal's moving forward with this, and they confirmed they're going to be shooting in the UK. So it's going to start shooting this summer. They're setting a July 2025 release for this, so it's not that far away. Gareth Edwards is coming on again. We talked about him before, the director of The Creator, and he also did the original Godzilla, Rogue One. He's directing this, and I think he could be a great fit for moving forward for more Jurassic World, which is not going to be that far away, which is kind of surprising. But you know, it is a far away, and a galaxy far, far away in general, too, is the new Rey movie, because Rey came forward, Daisy Ridley came forward to talk about this. Of course, everyone's asking her about what's going to happen with the Rey spinoff, and she was saying, now, she hasn't read anything. Well, she's had the bits and nods. She called it little things they've told her about it, but overall, she doesn't really know what's going on. They're asking if she's going to have kids in it. She said probably not going to have kids. Peppy's not too excited about this. You can tell he's upset. But yeah, I just don't know if this is going to be something that's going to be great, but it's a long ways away. It's going to come after Mandalorian Grogu, so it's a long time away. She said that too. No script yet. They're still figuring that out. And she said, I probably won't have kids, but she is going to be training a new Jedi Order in this, so hopefully it's good. I hope it's good because last ones people were really upset about. So hopefully this is good. But you can check it out with your Movie Pass because Movie Pass is still going. And they're going to start doing ads in the app. And they do ads in the app so that if you build up credits, you can watch more movies. Movie Pass is the most convoluted thing I've ever seen. It's just like, it didn't work before. Why we go back to it? Everybody can get their AMC one, get their Regal Pass, anything they want. Why you got to do this Movie Pass? I don't even know how this is still going. It started again in 2022. They made a 3-tier system. But now they're like, oh, we're going to do credits if you watch a bunch of ads on our platform. I don't know. It just seems like a mess to me. I really don't think it's going to work out in the long run for Movie Pass. You know, and something else that's not going to be on the market maybe long, it probably will be, is the Cecil Hotel, because this is one of those landmarks in LA where it's like on Skid Row, and Peppy hates it again too, but it's on Skid Row, and they tried to change it into Stay on Main. This is the whole thing. They adapted like half the floors, made like this fancy, classy thing, and Airbnb, and put it all over the place. People went there, and then all of a sudden, like some floors have like drug addicts and stuff shooting heroin, and they're like, "Oh, wrong floor." So I don't know how this is going to work. Now, apparently most of it's empty right now, but it is up for sale right now, and I don't think anybody wants. Of course, that girl died there like years ago, where they found her in the tank, the water tank for the whole apartment complex on the rooftop, and she disappeared. And there was that weird video in the elevator. It was a freaking crazy as shit if you haven't seen it, but it's up for sale, everybody. And I don't know who would buy this, but I gotta tell you, a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news today. And I think Jake's gonna buy that hotel and convert it into a restaurant, right, Jake?
No, but I think Zach Baggins from Ghost Adventures is probably going to buy it, turn it into a museum.
That would be freaking cool.
Of course he will.
I mean, maybe that'll be a thing. I gotta tell you, the Stay on Main thing was hilarious. When I saw Stay on Main, I was like, no, guys, this is insane. And people bought it. They thought it was a nice place. They took weird pictures, made it look nice. And then, like, literally, there's like 2 elevators, and one goes to like the horrible spot, and one goes to the nice rooms. And people kept going the wrong elevators, apparently. And we're asking for their money back, which, of course, they would. Good horror movie film about that hotel. You're right, Queen.
I believe that American Horror Story Hotel used that as the inspiration for the hotel.
Yes, they did. They really did. You're right, Rachel. I remember that. I worked on a little bit of hotel. It was kind of fun.
It was a good season. Great season.
Yeah. They built the whole hotel.
They sent people from detox centers to the Cecil, like as like 30-day, like the temporary housing and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's actually used for Skid Row, like temporary housing. So how does that work for those people who are like put there as like the 60 or 90-day or like how's that going to work? Like
the city will probably find an alternate hotel to do that at, or build a facility.
But I mean, like,
maybe the city will buy the Cecil.
Skid Row is currently one of the worst like epidemics of homelessness in the country. Like that's like where they send everybody. Everything's really bad there. As an investment, like the Cecil was built to be something beautiful, and they made a terrible mistake building it where they did, and like immediately it went under. And its history is just of poverty and people trying to survive and living in it. So it's never really had success as that, because the area of town that it's based in has always been poverty. And as such, you're not going to have any success with that. Skid Row has to get fixed first in order to have anything from that hotel succeed. The fact that they were renting that out to regular people and telling people like to go stay at it, that was so messed up. Like, could you imagine like renting a hotel room and going, oh, it looks really cute, and then like you end up in freaking Skid Row?
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
I mean, I'm not belittling like the needs of the people of Skid Row. I'm just like, could you imagine being a tourist and being sent to Skid Row in LA? It is the worst like area of like any city, and like, oh my God, like what are you thinking even considering that? Like that hotel needed to just be reserved for the people who needed it for temporary housing or even like low income housing, or
which works very well.
So I don't know, whoever buys it, trying to convert it into an attraction, that's so gross and so tacky, like you were saying, which I don't doubt they would do that, but like that's so gross and tacky, because it's just like that's a need for people in that area who need some like drug rehabilitation or like temporary housing or even housing in general. Like we're in such a housing crisis right now, and like they're just going to do something either tacky with it or they're going to buy it and shutter it.
I wouldn't put it past Zach Douchebaggin to do something like that.
I 100% agree with Lexi.
Yeah, I do too. I agree with Lexi too. It's like it's pretty tacky, but I think
of how bad Skid Row is going to get taking that away.
I just also think that it's crazy though. Again, like you were saying as well, the whole thing, they were trying to just like play it off as this nice place, like on Main, and I laughed. There's a lot of
imagine.
There's Denny's. Denny's does that too. Denny's has like a different thing, and it's like, what? This isn't. I ordered food one time, like Uber Eats, like, oh, this place looks nice. Mm-hmm. It's just Denny's comes in a Denny's.
The ghost restaurants.
Yeah, I'm like, you guys are trickery. There's a lot of trickery going on there, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that hotel. But I'm excited to see what happens with it, and hopefully they could change downtown more. But downtown just needs a lot of love, and this is one of those bad areas. So we'll see who buys this, but maybe it'll become an event. Maybe someone will fix the whole place up. Who knows? And again, there's a relocation problem, so we'll see what happens with it. But a lot of breaking news, everybody.